From food to clothing, a Brooklyn sculptor creates everyday objects out of stone. Meet Robin Antar on John Montone's New York.
As she carves and chisels through a 4,000-pound block of marble, somehow Robin Antar knows the finished product will look exactly like a pair of diesel jeans. Antar says what she sees is negative space and shadows.
Negative space is, let's say, air, and positive space is the actual material itself. So I tend to look at the shadows which the material creates, and then I tend to look at the air space, the negative space, which is around the object.
Antar has created stone replicas of boots, jeans, and Oreo cookies that look so real, someone chipped a tooth biting into one. John Montone, 1010, WINS News.
WINS News time 11.
My mission as a sculptor is to create a visual record of modern culture by capturing everyday objects in stone. When I was a child, I always hated school. I always hated the academics, and I always knew that I wanted to do something creative. In high school, the minute I touched that stone in 1974, I knew I was hooked. Well, monumentally, I'm working on, I started out as a 6,000-pound block of Colorado marble. I worked on it over there in Colorado, and I shipped it back to New York on a flatbed. I got the top part done. Last year I got a crane, flipped it over, and now I'm working on polishing the bottom up to a 600 grit. Get the crane back to flip it over again, and then complete the top, and then core out the inside. This is my diamond drawer. They come in this size. This is 40 and 80 grit. They come in curves, so you can get in all the concave shapes. These diamonds cut through marble like it's butter. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. When the stone is first delivered, I take my model, which is usually the realistic object itself. I do a silhouette from the right side, then I do a silhouette from the left. I core out all the negative space using a diamond blade and a pitch tool. Once I have both sides of the negative space cut out, I then proceed with a tooth chisel and start defining the forms. When you're working with the chisel and the die grinder, you must wear a complete face shield and a respirator because the dust is huge.
You're watching NBC for New York. And now,
Stuck in a Moment for Brooklyn-based artist Robin Antar. Freezing pop culture is a way of life. From M&Ms to a pair of jeans, she tries to duplicate the object, making the sculpture look so real you can't even tell it from the original. Her works are in museums and galleries all over the country and will soon be right here at the International Art Expo 2004. Robin is here this morning to show off some of her creations. Good morning, Robin. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Let's start with this. I mean, boot looks like you could just put it right on and slip it on your foot. Tell me about it.
This boot is an original carved out of limestone and hand stained.
How do you pick what you're going to carve?
Usually I pick things that capture the typical American history.
Now, these cookies are really, really neat. I can't even, you've got some of the ones here are real and some of them are sculpted, right?
Correct.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can tell. Oh, and this is attached, and that's the neatest thing. I grabbed one of the ones that, oh my gosh. Oh, here's a real one. God, you can't even tell which one you're going to eat. The M&Ms, all different sizes. How do you decide what's going to be a real life size and what's going to be larger than life?
Well, these M&Ms are going inside of a bag, a marble bag carved out of marble, about 3 feet high, and I have about 100 M&Ms pouring out of the bag.
Oh, how really neat. That's so wonderful. Well, your work is absolutely fabulous. Robin, thank you so much for coming in and joining us this morning. We'll be right back.
Up until now, my sculptures appear to be so real. Until you tactilely feel the coolness of the stone, you might think it's a real object.